She's all right when you get to know her. This is my podcast, and it takes you from your restrictive, toxic, life-limiting 9 to 5 into a life on your terms, full of freedom and flexibility as a self-employed virtual assistant. So whether this is your first introduction into the possibility of becoming a VA, or perhaps you've been doing a bit of Googling already, I'm going to get rid of the overwhelm, rid of the self-doubt, and show you that this life is possible. I've not just started this rodeo, you know. I'm Catherine Gladwyn, and I've been doing what you think is impossible since 2015. Shall we get started? This one, I'm going to help you choose a business name because, oh my God, you lot of buggers. You get yourselves tied in such a knot. I think probably I was very lucky when I chose my business name. I have no idea how I came up with it or how long it took me. I might have been in complete confusion as well when I was trying to choose my own, but I've forgotten all of that. So I just see you guys in a panic and I think, come on, you know? My favourite saying is, and I thought of this myself, it's in my 20% rule book, or it could be in my How to Be a Virtual Assistant book. Amazon do not sell rainforests. John Lewis does not sell men. And something that one of my Facebook group members came up with, Virgin do not sell. Exactly, yeah. What all that means is you don't have to, your business name doesn't have to be what it is you're selling. So Walker's crisps, they call themselves I just thought of that one. That one's brilliant. But Walker's, you don't open the bag and a load of blokes come out dressed in like army green, do they? It honestly is no big deal, but I do know why you worry about it. Now, I've got a whole module in the VA Starter Guide about how to choose your business name. I've even paid for a legal expert to come in and give advice on trademark and copywriting and how you can make sure that the name that you choose isn't going to end up costing you a few £100 because somebody else is using it, or you're not going to have to change it 5 years down the road because somebody once registered it as a trademark. But still, you come online and you're as confused as hell. So I'm hoping that a few pointers that I give in this podcast episode will help you. Now, a recent question, I'm not going to name her because I don't want to embarrass her. She did nothing wrong. It's just the most prominent one in my mind at the moment. I get similar questions all the time, and I never, ever take the piss, because the more a question is asked, the more I know what problems you're having. So I know that in this podcast episode, I'm addressing quite a biggie. How do you choose your business name? So look, if you're thinking about using your own name as your business name, that's absolutely fine. That's a brilliant idea. But then I find a lot of you get stuck. So let's pretend your name's Jennifer Lopez. I've just pulled that out of thin air. Don't know anybody called that. So are you going to call yourself Jennifer Lopez VA or Lopez VA? What does it matter? Why is there that confusion? Think about why you're questioning whether you should be Jennifer Lopez VA or Lopez VA. What are the problems that your mind's coming up with? And I ask you guys that question when you're stuck in that dilemma. What is swaying you from one to the other? What cons, what pros have you come up with? And I think all the time you're saying to me, well, nothing really. I just wondered what people thought. It doesn't matter what other people think. This is your business, and this is part of the mindset about getting away from what others think. You choose what you want to choose for your business name. People are not going to think, I'm not going to work with her because she's calling herself Jennifer Lopez VA, even though that's her name. How dare she do that? They really are not interested in what you've called yourself as a business. All they're interested in are the services that you provide. Now, you might want to think about, I mean, if you've come from an Irish family or something like that, and they've given you 28 million middle names, then you're probably not going to want to use your whole name as your business name, because people have got to remember what the URL is of your website to type it in, or they may forget your name if you're something like Sarah Smith. They may forget your business name if it's something too confusing. Like, I don't speak any foreign languages, only swear words. But, if you're using something that's, I don't know, let's say Russian, yet you're English, it's going to be difficult for us English that were taught only English throughout our common education to remember things like that. So just make it perhaps as easy as possible for you. Check that the domain name is even available. Check that the social media handles are available, because if I am right, things like Instagram, I believe you've only got so many characters for your account handle, and that would transfer onto Threads as well. If you are going to use Instagram, that's a whole nother podcast in itself. But just think about things like that, because they are all important things to consider as well with your name. But it is no biggie. Also, right, okay, so you've got goals. Perhaps you've got goals that you're going to build your virtual assistant business, and then you're going to have associates working for you. And I am here virtually shaking your hand, because there's nothing better than having long-term goals. And I love the fact that you, if this is you, you know that you're going to be in this for the long haul, because that is a big pull for potential clients. However, you don't want to be calling yourself Jennifer Lopez and Associates if you've not got associates. What you would do is you would continue to call yourself Jennifer Lopez, or you might completely change your business name when the time comes that you take on associates. And then you talk about the associates in the content of your website and also in your marketing as well. You don't need to think long term. Now, you may also, sometimes people think, do you know what, I'm going to build this business up to a multi-million-pound empire, and in 10 years' time, I'm going to sell it on the stock exchange. Okay. And then you think, well, I can't call it Jennifer Lopez VA because somebody that isn't called Jennifer Lopez might want to buy it. Let me take you back to John Lewis. It's not owned by somebody called John Lewis. You're fine. Go with whatever you want to go with. Again, it is the employee mindset that's kicking in, worrying what other people might think. As a business owner, you want to draw people to you that are just like you. When you're choosing a life partner or friends or anything like that, you draw people to you, or you want to, who have the same interests in you, who are just like you, who get your sense of humour, who get your personality, who listen when you want some support. And they're the best people to have around you. If you project online and through your business name, whatever you do, you project yourself and your own personality, you're going to attract like-minded people. And this business is just going to feel how I say it will feel. It's going to feel wonderful. You're not going to have somebody sniping in the corner going, do you see what she named herself? Jennifer Lopez. You've seen her butt. It's nowhere near as big as Jennifer Lopez's. What was it with Jennifer Lopez's butt anyway? I don't know. Was it her butt, or was there somebody else's butt? You could call yourself Butt VA. There's one for you. Anyway, stop sweating it. If you've got the VA starter guide, you've got that whole module in there. Did I add the CPD accredited VA starter guide? You've got that whole module in there to take you through everything you need to think about with your business name and everything you don't need to think about, Jennifer Lopez, to help you find the answer. But, and this is a big but, if you are still stressing, sweating, come into the free Facebook group. I cannot stress enough how non-judgmental it is in there. And I make it like that for a reason, because you are leaving potentially a job, a 9 till 5 that's toxic, that doesn't fit every day, that you get through that door and you can see Sandra's there and you think, oh God, I can't work with her for another day. Or I create a lovely place over on Facebook. I never want anybody to log into Facebook and think, oh, God, I posted something in that Facebook group. What, are they all going to be attacking me? No, never. Come and join us. But stop overthinking your business name. I'll see you next time. If you're ready to reclaim your independence, then subscribe to this podcast because there is so much I'm going to give you. Oh, you got to subscribe on your favourite channel, it says. What channel? I ain't going to be on the BBC, am I?